What's going on, guys? Obviously, I stated in my last video, the little upload thing when I uploaded the seasoning as jokes. I was basically saying how I was gonna drop another video. Obviously, with recent events, that won't be happening. And I don't see myself probably uploading on this platform for a very long time, simply because what's going on right now is very serious. It's not something that I think I can take lightly, and that I can try to get on this platform and pretend that I'm okay, and as I've done before, because there have been times where I've uploaded videos and I wasn't feeling the best. I wasn't feeling physically, mentally fit, but at the end of the day I knew my life was okay, and I would be okay. That was on me to make myself okay. But what's happening right now is a lot much more than me. It's a lot much more than you. It's a lot much more than YouTube. It's a lot much more than entertainment. And that's what a lot of people are struggling to understand. Right now, the lives of black people are in jeopardy. Right now, people of all different races, skin colors, backgrounds, ethnicities, whatever it is that we've created that diversifies us, that distinguishes us for the scientists to analyze us, whatever it is that differentiates us, people of all differences are combining. They're getting together, they're marching together, they're standing together, they're fighting together against one cause. And that one cause that they're fighting against is racism, is the complete ignorant and just belligerent disregard of human rights based upon skin color, based upon ethnicity, based upon background. And what I'm struggling to understand is, how is it that this is even an argument? How is it that this is even a discussion? How is it that this is so hard for everyone to see, or for the people that are in power to see, that this is just not right? That you cannot have a unit of people that sole purpose is to protect people, and then you're debating whether or not it's okay that those same people are slaughtering the people that they're said to protect. We don't feel safe in our communities. Listen, I'm raised in Hartford. I'm raised in the hood. It's a trap house right there that I'm looking at right now, that I know people sell every type of drug you could think of out of. You feel me? It's certain things that when you're raised around and it becomes normalized, you just embody it as a part of your life, as a part of who you are. And that's not okay. And struggling with that and fighting to accept that my whole life has always been on my head since I was a child. Is this okay? Is it normal that at age 8 I experienced death in the worst way possible by my cousin being set up by his girlfriend and being murdered in cold blood by a rival gang? Is it okay that I know so many of my friends who, when they were younger, their smiles were beautiful? They used to run around at Martin Luther King Elementary School, and you would see such playful smiles and such hope, such inspiration to be greater. And I know what they are now. A lot of them right now are my age, 20, 21. A lot of them have kids. And, I know a few of them that have kids and that are doing well. Trust me, I know a few of them that have kids and doing well because they had their priorities straight. But notice how I can only say I know a few of them. And I've known quite a lot of people in my lifetime. I've known over 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1,000 people. I've known just however many people you're gonna put. Let's say I've known that many people, and a very small percentage of them that I know from this area become successful or even leave this area. A lot of them I'm gonna, in 20, 30 years, see down the street. You feel me? Staggering along the street, probably brain fried from angel dust and coke. And that shit doesn't happen when I drive out to Tolland. That shit doesn't happen when I drive out to Manchester and I go to the Klan. That shit does not happen when I leave the hood. And that's the problem that people are failing to see, is that what you see as normal and what we see as normal is not the same. Therefore, you trying to apply your logic that you've built off of your normalcy is not going to be the same as my logic, because you're not seeing what I'm seeing and you're not experiencing what I'm experiencing. Now, besides that, I do want to give a ginormous shout out to all of the people that are not of African American or black descent that have been protesting, rioting, standing with our brothers and sisters in arms on the front lines. Because, to be honest with you, I've been afraid. I've been afraid to protest. I've been afraid to go out and actually give my voice because, like I said, I'm from the hood. And part of my language, but I know how my niggas get down. And I know how everybody around me get down. If shit pop off, it's not a fucking problem for shit to get violent. And if YouTube has to flag me down for me using this type of language in this video, then whatever. But it's not a problem for niggas around here to get violent. And I'll tell you that right now. And that's the issue. Because we've always had a problem with police. And now we're trying to fix it. And we're using our voice to do it. Just like Martin Luther King told us to however many years ago. I don't know the exact amount of years ago it was from this date. But however long ago it was, he tried to use his voice to make a point. And he did. And you motherfuckers gunned him down for it. Malcolm X tried to make a point with the very thing that we're using now, which is violence, rioting, and just mass anarchy. And what happened to him? You motherfuckers made his own people conspire against him to kill him. See, this is the crazy thing. And this is what people are not analyzing about the history of what's happening. Your businesses will burn. Your apartment complexes will come down. Whatever it takes to make you motherfuckers see. And by you motherfuckers, I don't mean every white person. I mean whoever it is that's in control of justice and reform and the system. Whoever it is that's in control of that, whatever it takes for you to see. And I know you like money, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to cost you a lot of money. We're in the middle of a pandemic right now that's already cost this country billions of dollars. Cool. Let's add a few more burnt buildings to that. Let's rack up them insurance claims. Let's keep making these motherfuckers have to spend money until they can't spend money no more. And hell, if another country wants to help out that National Guard that the president wants to tote about so much, why don't you occupy them? Because if you're going to tell me that you're going to use the same forces that have so long fought to protect the people to now enslave us and diminish our voice, then hell, anarchy it will be. But that's not what should be happening. We should all be unifying. We should all be conjoining under one cause. We should all be so clearly seeing that this problem that so many people are now vocalizing over and standing up against shouldn't be divided. This should be a universally accepted problem, and it should be universally tried to be fixed. I don't understand why this is even not clear to some people, but the reality of it is that it isn't. It isn't that clear to everyone, and a lot of people have taken the stance of all lives matter, blue lives matter, or, well, I understand that innocent black lives are being taken, but buildings shouldn't be burned down. Your priorities are off. And if you can't see that your priorities are off, just please take the time out of your day. Wherever you live, I guarantee you within 25 minutes of you, or not wherever, sorry, there are places that are very exclusive. But for those of you that are watching this, I'm sure, wherever you live, I guarantee you within 25 or 30 minutes of you, there is a hood. There is a ghetto. There is a place that you know to be the place that your parents told you to stay away from. And you know what I'm talking about. And for me, unfortunately, that's where I live. Where I live is where people tell their kids to stay away from. So, take the time out of your day. Visit one of those places. Patrol the town. And don't do it in every area. Because for some of you, if you're in Houston, Cali, New York, there are some places that you probably should just stay away from, because some places are beyond speech and beyond our movement of Black Lives Matter, because some people have been pushed beyond what words can do to fix. And people are also struggling to understand that there are some people, and there are large amounts of people in some areas, that they don't want to hear this shit anymore. They don't want to see the fist. They don't want to hear the voices. If they see a cop, it's on blast. If they see an opposition, an enemy, it's on blast. Because if you're raised from age 0, when you're first taken out of the womb, if you're raised from that to age 20, 21, seeing nothing but your friends dying, seeing nothing but police brutalize your entire neighborhood, and then take your own family and drag them off to prison, and you've been in and out of prison in such a short amount of time, only 20 years of your life, 21 years of your life. I'm talking about kids, teenagers, who don't want to hear this shit anymore. They're done with the change. But experiencing that, knowing that, me knowing that there are people out there like that, it helps me. It helps me know the damage that has come from the systemic racism that stems throughout the entire history of the United States, from the very first time we landed on this rock, after they fled their own kings and queens who enslaved them and dragged us over here as slaves, forgetting that they were once slaves and were once oppressed. After all of that, the entire history of systemic racism that has been built in the structure of this nation, after all of that, there are people who no longer want to talk. And that helps me understand the hurt that has come from it. So again, take your time, patrol the neighborhood. If you can, stop at a rally, talk to people. Just broaden your horizons, expand your perspectives. I'm from Hartford. I'm from Jamaica originally. Was born in the dirt, in the jungle, on a rock, floating on the ocean. Dragged over to a nation where, although we were able to build a great family, a great home here, you can't escape it. It's inescapable. That perspective is stuck with me. Broaden your perspective. At age 8, I began to go to preparatory schools so that I could leave the hood to go to white neighborhoods, areas that are predominantly white and filled with higher class, richer people. And I experienced that at young ages as well. I began going to East Catholic High School at age 14. And I met a ton of wonderful people I'm talking about tons of different backgrounds: Asian, Latina, white, European white, American white, just different Middle Eastern, people from Syria, India, just all over the world. And it's fantastic to just acknowledge all the different backgrounds and find all the commonalities between nationalities and all the commonalities and mindsets and things. And it's allowed me to expand my perspective and allowed me to abandon all of those racist thoughts that I had in myself, being raised black and being raised not to trust anyone outside of my community, and being raised to keep my mouth closed around certain people, or to be myself and more expressive around others and not around these people. And it's been a very long journey expanding my perspective on race, but doing it has allowed me to understand the basic human rights that come with just being on this planet. And I believe that that's what everyone else should do. If you have time, if you can take time out of work to just leave the little box you're confined in, go expand, go explore, go find out what's around you. Trust me, your mind will open up, and it'll be a great thing for you. It'll be a great thing for our community to know that there are people who are making the effort to actually join the communities, and end this separation and this history of just hate and hatred and racism that just keeps going. We got to end it. And I don't know if we can end it, but we got to minimize it to that, that very small percentage where we're okay. And where 99.9% of us can all look at that very small 0.1% and just be like, whatever. That's the thing that we got to get to. And I can't make any statements on what it's going to take, but I do believe that my suggestion of just expanding your horizons, expanding your perspective on life and on race and class and the differences, that'll help. That'll be a very, very good first step for most people. So yeah, I won't be posting on this for a while, probably another couple months, just because of how crazy the world's gotten. And, I love YouTube, but now's not the time for entertainment and distracting yourself. Now's the time for being vocal. I understand a lot of people have work. Continue working, continue making your money. Obviously, you got to take care of your families and your households, people. But at the end of the day, if you've got extra time and if you've got the ability to use your voice, then use it. If you got the ability to use your legs, then use it. March. If you have the ability to use your hand, then use it. Raise a fist. If you have the ability to use whatever it is that you can use to raise awareness, spread the word, or empower change and cultural diversity in the United States, and actual diversity in the United States, not the racist one that we've been passing off as diversity, then do that. Thank you everybody for watching. We're all dreamers. So let's let the dream be this. This is the perfect dream. A society of people who, though they have their differences, and though they acknowledge that not everybody is the same, not everybody is raised the same, we're all humans. And we're all born with the same basic rights, the same basic needs, and those should all be met. Those should all be established, agreed upon, and met. Have a great day, dreamers. And go support the Black Lives Matter on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Do your part. Have a talk with your family and friends, and have a great day.